I got a problem with Miss Catania. She's a little parched. She's a little thirsty, this Dolores, and she's actually acting hypocritical. So, Dolores, I know you listen, girl. Come on, just be honest. We see your name in the downloads, but I'll look right into the camera when I say this for everyone on YouTube who watches these little clips. Dolores, you're thirsty, you're parched, and you're a hypocrite. So, look, it's almost a year since it's off the air. RHONJ. We're gonna have another year. Dolores is feeling the burn. You got Paulie, and he has money somehow. I don't really understand how, but it's not really, well, it is actually my job to figure that out, right? Guys, I promise you from the bottom of my black, coal-filled heart, that when this job is over, I'm not going to care about any of this. I promise you that. Not going anywhere anytime soon. But here's the thing. So, Dolores, first of all, Dolores, I hope you're getting half the profits over there filling in for Teddy. Maybe it's a thing where Teddy still keeps, first of all, you're on iHeart, okay? Oh, speaking of iHeart, going back for a minute, why is Gia not on her mother's podcast network? I mean, Teresa's, it's her goal in life to put everyone else, all her other cronies over there on her podcast network. So why is Gia not on her mom's podcast network? Did Teresa say, "Don't come to my podcast network. We're having major problems"? Now, I heard that. Now, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. Just that's what a bird told me. But why is Gia on iHeart? I don't know. Put a pin in that one. We don't have time to deal with that today. So, but I assume that you're on iHeart, Teddy and Tamara. So right there, you're getting 70% of the profits at best. And I assume Teddy gets something, right? I mean, it's her podcast. So even if you're MIA and someone's filling in for you, maybe Dolores just gets a check. I think that's probably what it is. She's kind of probably desperate for a check. She probably gets cut a check. Here's $1,000 for talking, for an hour. Um, this podcast, by the way, we're not paying any co-hosts or anything like that. Even the cleaning lady, we're not paying for anyone's cleaning lady. We don't need to. That's the great thing about business. I spend money when I have to, and when we don't have to spend money, because we have a line out the door of people that want a guest, we don't need to pay anyone. The day I need to pay someone, I'll consider it. But look, if the episode makes $100 and you want 200. Not interested. So we don't pay people here, but hopefully Dolores is getting paid over there. So I understand, but she's saying some things. She's hosting with the rat that scurries. God, I'm really being mean today, aren't I? Hey, guess what? Let's talk about something positive. I love this season of The Valley. This is like classic VPR. I love Denise Richards' show. I love The Traitors. And again, for everyone who isn't 20 or 30 years old, I just saw the Go-Go's at the Roxy. I seem to be posting that all the time on my Instagram. I love them. I'm a fangirl. Nothing wrong with being a fangirl. Not a fangirl of anything related to Bravo. I was at the Breakfast Club, the 40th reunion. Emilio Estevez joined the cast for the first time. So trust me, ain't nothing wrong with being a fangirl. But not a fangirl of anything Bravo related, but I'm loving this season of The Valley. So see, it's not all negative and doom and gloom. We'll talk about The Valley soon. But here's why Dolores a little thirsty and a little hypocritical. Well, first of all, excuse me. Dolores has come out, of course, she's kissing Andy Cohen's ass because that's what she does, to say that Andy was offended and pissed off at Kyle Richards. He asked, Kyle about, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Excuse me, she's referring back to the reunion when he's like, well, you're in a lesbian video with all due, but now you don't want us to talk about Morgan, even though your sister is telling Nikki in Paris that she might be a lesbian too. And Kyle is like, don't you just let me talk about this, please. Well, Dolores says that Andy Cohen was pissed off and seemed offended at Kyle Richards. Well, Dolores, of course you're going to kiss the boss man's ass, but let me be honest with you, Dolores. Andy does like you, so that's the good news. He actually likes you. He really does like you. But he likes you until he doesn't like you. I mean, he liked Margaret Joseph for many years now. He never liked Jennifer Aiden. Let's be Very honest. Never, never. Come on now. He always thought she was a fucking buffoon, but he did like Margaret, until he didn't. He'll choose Teresa. So, Dolores, it's great that you're sticking up for Andy. First of all, he'll always choose Kyle over you, just to be very clear that if you and Kyle were standing up on a platform and Andy said, keep one housewife, you either keep Dolores Catania or you keep Kyle Richards. Now, I know you guys are all mad at Kyle. I get it. That's not the point. I'm just saying, if Andy had a choice and they said, make a decision, he's going to choose Kyle Richards, Dolores. I'm sorry to tell you that. Hey, but guess what? Today's not that day. We don't have to make decisions today. Come on, let's be nice, guys. Let's be in a good mood. But she said he was very pissed off at Kyle in that moment. All right, I don't know about that, Dolores. I think that's a little bit overstretching, but I see what you're doing. And you are kissing up a little bit. So there you look at. I don't know it all. I'm not Bethenny Frankel, so what do I know, right? But Tamara basically said the same thing. She agreed. So it's a little thirsty, Dolores, that you're saying that just to kiss up to the boss man. But here's the real problem I have going back to the reunion. Now, Dolores, this is what I find so hypocritical. Now, Dolores has a problem with Sutton because Garcelle walks off in that very moment where we talk about, the most positive thing or the biggest surprise of the season. And her biggest surprise is that she got along with Erica and she hopes she gets along with Erica even more. And in that moment, Garcelle is like, what the hell am I doing here? The only person who's on my side is Sutton. And apparently she cares more about being in with Erica and Kyle than my friendship. I'm out. Andy has spoken out about that and said, at that moment and that it wasn't reality TV. This was like a real moment. We'll have to read Garcelle's statement at some point, which he really gave Garcelle her flowers. She walks off. Sutton doesn't go after her. This happened last week, blah, blah, blah. Well, we all saw it. Dolores has a problem with that. She says, shame on you, Sutton. You should have walked after your friend. And it was only after they took the picture that she went and knocked on the door. And then she was worried that she couldn't go to supper. That's such a Southern thing, right? Who has supper? Who has breakfast? I have brunch. And I have a drink with light bites at dinner, although I'm only allowed one drink now because apparently I get hangovers just by looking at liquor. But she had a real problem. She said, it's always about you, Sutton, but she had a real problem that Sutton didn't run after her friend Garcelle. Now, I am sorry, pot kettle black. You mean to tell me if your friend who you called to see you next Tuesday many times last year at the end of the season, if your good friend Marge, you guys know my friend Marge the Sarge, Margaret Joseph, very, very big businesswoman. She likes to think she's on par with Bethany Frankel, but let Marge do what she wants. It's her way or the highway, guys. So either do things her way or the highway. Hey, here's the good news. There's lots of subs and there's lots of sub bitches in the world. Lots of people like to be a sub. So there you go. But here we go. So Marge the Sarge, if she ran off the stage, she got a big fight with Teresa. Teresa's like, you bitch. Marge ran off, and Teresa's like, good, get that bitch out of here. You mean to tell me, Dolores, you would get your ass off that couch and run after your friend Margaret in front of Teresa? I don't think so. You ain't running after Margaret. You ain't running after Melissa. You ain't running after nobody if Teresa's around and they're not on Teresa's side. So just put yourself in the position, Dolores. You're not running after Marge. You're not running after Melissa. You're not running after anyone that is Team Teresa if you're on the reunion and Trey is sitting right there. You would not do it, girl. So don't come down too hard on Sutton. I know nobody's happy with Sutton either. Everybody hails Garcelle as the queen. We like make queens here. Ariana is a queen. Now Garcelle is a queen. You'll let me know who the next queen is. Just let me know who to hate and who to like around here, you guys. But I understand you're not happy with Sutton lately, guys. But this hypocrisy from Dolo, I'm not having it here. And what is going to happen next season if it is Melissa and Dolores kind of leading with Fuda and Cabral and maybe Fessler? What's going to happen? Will Dolores still speak to Trey? And how often will you be seen out with Trey? I'm just curious. Maybe every day, but will you still be right there. Because I understand that you didn't have to go, that you couldn't go, excuse me, against Teresa for all these decades because you needed to keep your job, and that's why you've been Switzerland. But if Teresa's not there next season and you are, and Melissa is, which I still predict is possibly going to be the case, are you going to still be as close with Teresa? Hey, you know who also that you've hailed as a queen lately is Paige DeSorbo. Paige is the next Ariana, guys. I mean, she's everywhere. She's elevated past Summer House. I mean, I don't know. She might be leaving and just going and living life there with Hannah. But hey, girl, a couple hundred grand just to sleep in that bed. It ain't bad. So, right? I don't know, Paige. I don't know if you should quit just yet. You don't have to be there for the rest of your life. Hey, this is just a quick hit. We can't do a whole episode. I love you all. I really do love you. Nothing is meant to harm anyone here. We're just cutting through the bullshit and being honest. Mwah. Happy afternoon. Great.